We are live, and Bob, welcome on the back end. Thank you for messaging us. We're just sitting here chit-chat. Actually, I'm just checking my messages while Tristan and Cece are discussing strategy. This is how things go sometimes. But so sorry to keep you waiting, but we are live now on Drunk on Social, where we're waiting on Lana Rodriguez and Zach. But you know what? We've got all we need right here, to be honest with you. And here's what I'm going to promise you today. I'm going to say the word Clubhouse one time, and that was it. We're not going to talk about it. Today, we are going to talk about why you should not be sleeping on TikTok. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like ever since the word that I can't say anymore has happened, like 2 weeks ago, everybody just seems to have just forgotten about TikTok. And maybe it's over the last few months. I don't know what it is.
What's TikTok?
Why do you feel the same way, or is it just me? Because I feel like it's gone a little quiet for some reason. Why?
Well,
object.
Yeah, that's it. Plus, I think it's just a different audience at that point. Like you have the audience in Clubhouse where it's 18 or older, right? And people are trying to figure out exactly how to gain momentum. They want to be first in it. Remember, it hasn't even been released to the Android people either, right? So you're really early on. The company's growing super fast, and they've only got like 9 people running the whole company, which isn't enough. So I think it's just a matter of exactly what Cece said. It's just new and it's shiny, and it looks like it's growing kind of fast too.
Realtor,
that's the thing.
the realtor community jumped on it.
Yeah.
As soon as Lab Coats gets a hold of anything, it's like a rash. It spreads like a son of a gun.
Yeah, that's very true. Except this one's a happy rash.
In a good
You
way.
can imagine
in
a
a good way.
rash.
In a good way. That's right. So let's talk about TikTok, right? Let's go back to it, because people are tuning in because they want to, I probably figure out how should I use it? Like, let's be honest here. Like Bob said, he's dancing around in videos. Cece is dancing around in videos, but they're business videos. She's not messing around. And here's the way I always equate it, Cece. When I got on TikTok, like it was early days. It was before realtors got on it, because I was one of the ones being loud about it. And I went on there because I got caught up in, like, I wanted something to go viral. I want to have fun. And then you come to realize, all right, that's a really stupid goal. That doesn't mean anything. Let's figure out how to use this intentionally. So since you're our only guest right now, and by the way, I just introduced Cece the other day on CH this way, was that we don't know each other like personally. I feel like we know each other personally, but we don't really know each other personally. And she's a pretty serious person, like no BS, don't waste my freaking time, get to the point. And yet
Jeff, you were freaking taking such a long time to get to the freaking point.
She's growing.
Cece, damn it.
Because I want Cece to I want to lift her up. I want to lift her up here. But I want to set the table for what TikTok can be. And you've done an amazing job of it. And you don't fit the mold of somebody that I would consider TikTok-ish. So tell us about your rise on TikTok and how you're using it.
I would agree with that. I do have a fun personality, right? It's usually reserved for those that know me very, very well, that I feel very comfortable with, because I have like a 12-year-old boy sense of humor. Everything's dirty to me. So it's literally.
That's why we all get along. I understand now.
Most people, if I were to have my regular humor, I don't think would want to be around me. They don't get it. Or it would really turn them off. So I come off of very right. We're all chameleons. We're selling real estate. It's what we do. I was a waitress. You did that, from the early days. You just pick up on these things. If you're really good, you can be anything to anyone. And I think that's just another layer of what we can be to a certain audience. We can say, I love to dance. I mean, I dance in my office, doing very inappropriate dances, learning different styles. I'm dancing in Publix. I made a post that, some old Cyndi Lauper's on, and I can't help but sing and dance. It's kind of just in my blood. So I gravitated to the platform because that sounded fun. And I am a big, big, big believer in have fun in your business. I do not put stress on myself, no pressure to grow, and I have to hit this and I have to do that. no, if I do, great. Yes, I want to grow as a person, but I like to be different too. I want to be the person like stealth mode is what, like under the radar.
You've been doing such a great job, and you've gotten some great press too, local press, right? National press. I want to know which ones are working for you, because the question we always get is, well, what's working for you? Show us what you're doing. Which ones have gained you the most attention and the most recognition?
It's interesting. Sometimes the most attention and the most influential, I think, can be two completely different things. A lot of videos that I've had that I thought were really great content kind of flopped. And I'm like, no one cares about this. I thought that was funny as hell. This is good stuff.
That's every single one of my TikToks.
Like, why is no one loving this? And then some random one, rants are kind of funny, but let's be honest, the people that are on TikTok, that the audience is still the same as far as the way they view realtors. So anything controversial when it comes to like fees, how we're paid and interviewing, man, that stuff always, I just posted one on like a seller rant, that I was going off on, and it took off, almost 10,000 views on it. And it was really talking about an interaction I had with a seller, and people were like going off on me. They're like, what's your deal? Who cares? It was a seller showing up with a machete. They're like, that's normal. They're still very ugly on TikTok. Oh, you realtors don't need anything. You're not worth a damn or whatever. So you do get that. And those are most interactive, but I feel like some of the few thousand views will have some good quality content. I get people are reaching out locally. They're wanting to get into real estate. They're asking me about how to get into real estate, how to get started. They do want buyer guides, and agents reach out too, right? We're all copying each other. What's funny, and it might take off on someone else's that it didn't take off on mine.
Let me ask you this, only because I think I know the answer because I follow you. What is your percentage on content on TikTok? Which, by the way, again, if you're not very familiar with TikTok, you don't think of it first as a business social media app by any stretch of the imagination. Mm-hmm. But I think your percentage of business content versus authentic personal content is actually pretty high in the business rate. Do you have a certain strategy? And what would you say is your, I got three questions. So that's first question. Then what is your percentage of business versus personal? And then do you have a certain tempo that you follow? Like, I have to put out one video a day, one a week, every other day. What is your game?
So the first one, the percentage, I'm pretty much all business. And so that is a struggle. A lot of people say, don't be on social media unless you plan on being social and putting your personal stuff out there. That honestly is a struggle. I am a super, super private person, though I love to be public and visible where it comes to business and sharing. So a lot of people think I'm an extrovert just because I like to be on video. But if you really look at what I post, you see very, very little. Most people don't even know I'm married. They probably know I have kids, but they don't know I'm married. So that part is harder for me to post. So I would say I'm probably 95% business on all platforms across the board.
That goes against everything that we say, but I love it because it's not, there's no one way to skin that cat. And I think people need to hear what you're saying.
Well,
and it's my personality.
You're saying you're all business, but from me looking from the outside, it's business, but in a fun way.
Yeah.
You see, that's the biggest difference, right?
It's the same. Like, I am who I am in business. I am who I am whenever you meet me and get to know me. So there's no like, hey, I need to get to know Cece. You do get to know me through business.
I love that. And so what is your tempo? Do you have a certain strategy on how many videos you're going to put out, or does it just come to you as the inspiration strikes?
A little of both, a little on demand. Today I went out and I did a bunch of drafts and I just knocked them all out one after the other. And it's based on experiences, right? Today I talked to a seller and he asked me about being a for sale by owner. And he's like, what's your opinion on that? Okay, well, I did a TikTok on my opinion on that. After, what I told him. It's just that day to day. And a lot of times it will come in waves. So now I have 5 videos that I recorded in maybe 10 minutes. It was one after the other. then I'm now going to save and do my best to post at least one a day. I know I've heard TikTok likes up to 3 a day. I'm not there yet. I would say I'm more consistent about 1 a day and working my way up.
I love it.
All right. I like that. I have a question because people come up to both of us and say, well, how do you create the content? How do you keep track of the ideas? And how do you just sit there and record? Do you actually set some time, CC, to do this? Or does it just come in the spur of the moment? You're like, let's just do one right now.
It's more spur of the moment. I would say it's spur of the moment as far as when, but it is purposely done. So when I do say, hey, like when I got home today, the kids are out of school, finished an appointment, I came home and I said, all right, I have an hour before I have to do stuff. Now's a good time for me to knock this out. And so instead of taking a lot of time planning, and thinking of things, I do have a content library. I've talked about my sticky notes, those huge sticky pads that you put on your wall, the oversized ones. I have 4 or 5 pages of just content ideas. And then it's, like you said, today, things that happen every single day in real estate, you have more to talk about than what you realize.
I have another question for you. So based on what you just said, because I noticed that you're somewhat strategic, and I'm sure you are, about the sound. Like the topics are consistent, right? It's industry related, it's business related, but then a lot of times, like either the dance move to the sound or the way you pop up the words to the sound. Do you spend time scrolling TikTok to find that stuff, or how do you find it? Because I will tell you, sometimes I create TikToks like this, and other times I have a simple concept, but I can't find the right sound, and it pisses me off. And then I spend an hour searching for something and I can't find it. What is your strategy there?
It's a little bit of both. Sometimes I get into the scroll and then I'll hear a sound and I'm very, very creative that way. So if I hear a sound, I will instantly know how I can relate that to something in real estate. Same thing with like a beat, or if I see a dance and they're pointing 4 or 5 times, I think, okay, well, what can I get 4 or 5 tips on? That part does come a little more natural to me. And then I do follow, I follow Charlie D'Amelio and I'm looking at her dances and see what I can do. And this girl, SJ, she's a Canadian that her body moves like, I don't know how. And I just follow them just for any type of dance moves and a modified CC dance.
I'm going to have to find SJ. Whatever.
Oh my God. This chick is like, I don't know. She's probably in high school.
Is it SJ Blue?
Yes. That girl went viral on some video in an all white outfit and her body just, I don't know, like moves and gyrates and
I
tell you what, no one wants to see my body move at all.
Okay, on yourself. I'm telling you, the dad bods are getting their own space on TikTok.
There's some really good ones too that do that built their content around that.
No, and I apologize for being late. By the way, I had this actually scheduled for 5. The time difference hit me, but I follow you, CC. So I mean, I really admire you, and I admire quite a few realtors out here that actually make direct realtor content. I kind of go a different direction. I don't know if we follow each other, but I go a different direction where I kind of let my life give me realtor leads. Basically, like I give my life 95% of the time, and then very rarely I'll say, hey, by the way, I'm a realtor. So
yeah, I've watched some of like the military videos and stuff that you've posted. I thought it was really cool that you're just kind of going on like a part 1, 2, 3, 4, just keep on scrolling because you only got 60 seconds, which I think is great. I've actually thought about incorporating a little bit of that.
I'll talk about it more when I get to my actual home office, because again, misscheduled, but I actually have an actual strategy I follow for that.
Perfect. I was going to ask you that question because this is perfect. Actually, we prefer this. We want differing opinions because everybody's going to fall on different ends of the spectrum, and there is no one right way to do this stuff. But I still, I will preach till I'm blue in the face that TikTok's creation portion of what the app is what you're missing out on. Like, don't get lost in the app. Yeah. Embrace it for the camera and for the editing and for the features. It's so freaking cool. If you guys didn't see the post I did today in Drunk on Social about the green screen, like I've never done a green screen without a videographer and an editor. In TikTok, I can do them all day long, and I can do 6 or 7 different versions. It's so easy.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of it. So Zach, I'm looking forward to you getting to your office so you can tell us more.
So I have a question on this, guys, and that's with the engagement you're getting from possible customers. How does that look? And are they just reaching out to you through Messenger? Are they reaching out through other ways? How is it working? Because I've had people reach out to me through Instagram when they find me on TikTok, right? Or they comment in the video. What's that look like on your end?
A lot of Instagram. I would say for the most part, people are reaching out on Instagram and they'll say, hey, I found you on TikTok. I'd love to see your buyer guide. Or, hey, I'm going to be moving to Jacksonville in the next year. I do find a lot of them are moving here within a year. But again, I'm also getting some realtors. Hey, I'd love to reach out to you about a team. We're going to be hosting some career nights. They see me posting. They're asking a lot of questions about how to get into real estate. Or they're in another area and they're struggling. So it really has become a nice platform. In the comments, you do have to watch the comments because it'll be a whole bunch of people, realtors will comment and just say, oh, that's funny, I'm going to steal this, and then one will slip in there and it'll be, hey, I'm thinking of moving to Jacksonville, and you really have to watch those so you don't miss them.
It's interesting too, because Zach's going to have a totally different take on that too, which you guys both know. Like he's grown to hate TikTok, and not hate it, but not enjoy it as much because he got so big. It's like, oh, I feel so sorry for you, Zach. First world problems. You have 1.5 million followers. But the flip side to that is when you have that many followers, you have that many comments, which means you cannot possibly keep up. And so it's lost. And I guess, he can lend to this when he gets to where he's going, but I think the answer is he probably directs those people to Instagram and says, if you really want to have a conversation with me, you got to go DM me there because I'm never going to see it here. And Cece, I know what you're talking about. Like the app, that's where the app I think suffers a little bit, is the way that you receive notifications. Sometimes I feel like I miss comments, and granted, I don't probably have as many meaningful ones as you do, but I've had some good ones. And it's like, damn, I'm like 2 months late on this. And it's like, this sucks.
Yeah, I think it does. You can filter them to some degree, but I mean, it's just like leads, right? When you get busy in real estate and you get too many leads, you got to find a solution for it, whether that be an agent, an ISA, a virtual assistant. But sometimes it just, the beast takes over before you have enough time to get the help. And so things just go by the wayside unintentionally, and it happens when you're growing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I personally, I do have someone who follows up with my DMs. And I do have somebody who, if I have Instagram DMs that go by the wayside for more than 48 hours, responds to them. But honestly, when it comes down to things like, and Jeff, we've talked about this, when it comes to things like comments, when it comes to interacting with my followers, it's call it the grass is greener, but I hate it. I wish I could respond to everybody. I wish I could, personally respond. Because right now the average user on TikTok is 23. The average active user is 26, both of which are younger than me a little bit, not a ton. But, I wish I could be a stronger influence to them by being able to respond and conversate. But if you have a viral video that does, 1.2 million and you have 8,000 comments and you're running a business and you're a marketing coach and you're a dad and a husband, like there's only so much you can possibly physically do. So it's just, it's unfortunate, but at the same exact time, you have the amount of influence impression wise on what you do. Like today, I posted something that absolutely flopped, but to the people that saw it, it kind of showcased, and I reposted it on Instagram about my mental health journey. It's been a journey, and I posted literally just a very, very raw version of it. but unfortunately TikTok hated it. So it's one of those things where when you're a viral creator that, you know, you have to kind of prune your profile, and I hate it. I really do, because in order to keep up, you can't have the video that does under 10,000 views. If it doesn't have a K next to it, people look at your profile and like, oh, he must be dying. Why would I follow him? So,
You know, that's a testament though to all of us who struggle to get a lot of followers, that there is some value in not having a ton of followers.
Absolutely.
And that's one of them. And I want to stop for a second so we can introduce our other friend who just joined us, Lana, fashionably late, of course. She's probably been at the bars and stuff and just had to step out. Welcome, welcome.
Lana, I was late too. Don't feel bad.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I'm coming to you all from my second office, aka my car, because I'm a realtor and I just got an appointment. So, and I got hired, which is good times.
I love it. Next thing you're going to tell us, it was from a TikTok.
Not this one, but in all reality, we do have one client, our first client from TikTok, under contract right now. Like, not
Love
cheating.
it.
Not cheating. We're all friends. You guys are watching our friends. I'm telling you. She emailed me to our work email. I found Lana on TikTok. I would like to buy a house. Didn't I screenshot it and send it to you? And Tristan was like, and CC, like, look, guys, it works. Showcase my team. I was like, I'm not full of shit. It works, right? Yeah, so exciting. But hi, everyone. Hi, Zach. Before we actually were friends with Zach, I sent Zach's video with a prison humor to the guys. I was like, check this guy out. He's a realtor. He's talking nothing about real estate. What is going on? You know? And of course, Cece show us how to do the dances, because we just cannot get it.
There's 0 dances that are done by me. If you find me dancing on TikTok, it's something I don't know about because I don't dance.
Your most viral.
Not yet, but it's coming. And Tristan
It's not
too.
It's not. I can guarantee you, me dancing is not going to happen.
He doesn't need to go viral. That's the thing.
If you get me,
I like the videos that have 20,000 views right now. When I go viral, I no longer have control. I like my 20,000 view videos because I can respond to everybody. Like, yeah, I love my 20,000 view videos. That's why I've started actually posting more and more about real estate. I actually recently did one about actually like how to buy a home. And I was thinking like, oh, this isn't going to get a lot of views. I can respond to everyone. Then it got 200,000 views. I'm like, screw this. I hate this. Like, I'm going to post this on Instagram so I can respond to everybody.
That's funny. So let me, Lana, now that I brought you in, let me ask you the questions that we've been talking. So we were talking to Cece for a while, which has been great. It's been really good to pick her brain, which is a different mindset, a different thought process, which I love. And so she was saying how her style is 95% business, which you know that, but I think it's really important to share with the audience. And Zach is more like me, where 95% is authentic, personal goofball. Where would you say you fall in the realm of content on TikTok?
Okay, good question, Jeff. Honestly, I call myself the hashtag realtor mom. It just kind of came about. Well, I personally adopted that hashtag. I just looked it up. The performances and videos on there were really weak, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. So my every other post, I started doing that hashtag, or even if I do mom content or Colorado content. And CC is really great on providing value when it comes to real estate topics. And Zach is just ultra mega viral person on TikTok, where when I create on TikTok, or shall I say when I used to create on TikTok consistently, that's a different conversation. Like, the posts need to make me happy. Like, if I'm forcing myself to do something, I'm like, it's gonna suck, and it does suck, right? So mom and parent and couples humor that's what really kind of took off for me. One of my first viral videos was a mom little dance, and it was actually a joke about moms joining TikTok on quarantine, and we don't know what the heck we're doing. We need to go back to Facebook. And that's when I understood the power of TikTok, because something that was shot in my basement, hiding from my husband and kids, actually put the virality, right? And
engages with you. I love it.
yeah, you know, and And yes, I was that person who joined TikTok on quarantine. I don't hide it, but also for the reason because my Facebook was hacked and I got into depression. And believe it or not, TikTok pulled me out of the depression. I was in a very dark spot because I was on some heavy pain meds. I was away from all my sphere and all my clients and you guys. And TikTok pulled me out of it, pulled me out of the gut. And I connected to so many people. And fun fact, this is how TikTok community, what they call it, is powerful. So I stopped posting it for quite some time only because I just did, and Zach, I'm sure you can relate. Sometimes you have times when I don't want to post for shit. Like it just
100%.
happens. Right? And CC, that's too. You don't?
No, 100%. No, I'm fully agreeing with you.
And like my TikTok mom lady friends, they're like, message me, are you okay? We have not heard from you in a while. Yeah. I'm like, this is so sweet. I'm okay. I'll be back eventually.
Well, one of the and I've told my wife about this. One of the things about TikTok that has frustrated me is I've built myself into a box. And I don't know if you do. Both of you know my content a little bit at the very least.
The prison jokes, dude.
Yeah, the prison stories, the military. I've built myself into this box because I'm the story time guy. I'm the Lana, make sure to tag me. I'll 100% share it.
You got it, bros.
Please. Anybody watching right now, please freaking tag. I would absolutely share it on Instagram. I've built myself into a box because I'm the story time guy. I'm the hear about this story, something that happened in my life. There's only so many things that have happened in my life. Though I've had a life of many stories, there's been a lot that has happened. I've put myself in a lot of situations that are very story worthy. But there's only so much you can do. And Lena, I actually just made a post on Instagram that I originally made on TikTok. But like I said, TikTok hated it. And algorithmically, I have to keep up with it. But I posted on Instagram was about my mental health journey. Because between keeping up with social media and real estate, and I own the brokerage and marketing and being a husband, being a new dad, like all of this stuff, I was putting myself into this mental bind where everything around my life was growing, but my spirit was dying. And I posted about it. On November 1st, I didn't do January 1st because I'm not trendy. On November 1st, I gave myself 120 days to pull myself out. I gave myself 120 days to pull myself out of this. I gave myself a deadline of I'm going to be out of this depressed state. I'm in the worst state I've been in my life. Money's coming in, success is coming in, blah, 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 blah. Followers are coming in. But when I go to sleep at night, I'm like, I hate this. And I gave myself 120 days. I gave myself an update actually today. It was 77 days in, and I'm better financially, better mentally, better physically, spiritually than I've ever been in my entire life.
Awesome.
Great.
Absolutely top notch ever been. Only took 77 out of the 120, and I'm still going to keep going 100%. But I think TikTok is beautiful in the form of you can post anything. Some things will do well, some things won't. But at the end of the day, TikTok is judged. Every TikTok you make is judged by an unbiased public, because every single video you make is going to be seen by at least 50 people that do not follow you, and they're going to be your judge.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about it, because the community that actually surrounds you is a community that actually understands and relates to you. I know the moms around, like you were talking, Lena, they were like, oh my God, what's going on? They actually cared. You may not have felt today's not the day to dance around, but they cared. I have my Discord, so they don't hit me up on TikTok. I have a Discord, which is basically a very, very complex group chat. Basically, if you don't know what Discord is, it's like Slack, but for things that aren't business. And I have 10,000 people on there, and on a daily, they're hitting me up bro, did you work out today? It got annoying. I got pissed. Halfway through November, I'm like, y'all, you got to chill. You got to relax. Did you eat chicken breast today, or did you eat chili? Literally every single day. But that's what helped pull me out of it. The community that honestly built me into this wall of mental insanity were the same exact people that pulled me out of it. And that's what I love about TikTok, is because it's truly community based.
Let me ask you guys another question about this. So we've kind of gotten everybody's strategy, right? And for you, for Lana and Zach, you feel like it's pulled you out. Cece, would you say the same thing? Because you mentioned that you it kind of made you happy, right? But have you had a similar experience with it, or does that even have any relevance to why you're on TikTok?
It was fun. Like I said, I got on around like the end of January. And then when the pandemic really hit in March, I think it definitely was a great focus. It was something to do. It drew your attention, right? I'm learning dances. I'm feeling the burn in my legs because it takes 20 minutes to learn what these girls are doing. And really realizing now, I can actually do the hashtag 40 club. So it was different. And I mean, I definitely feel like I am more of a naturally, positive, happy person. I truly enjoy life. As I said before, I have never wanted to put stress or pressure. Like I pride myself on, I don't care if it's fast growth, slow growth. I do not want to be stressed out. I want to continue to enjoy what I do. And it will be, on my terms, at my pace, and whatever happens, happens. So when I post a lot, great. When I don't, it's great. Everything is just going to be a lot more organic, and helping people along the way is a great, that's just a really great bonus and benefit. And having, just like Zach said, it's creating a completely different community of people that are supporters, and I get to learn things like how people cook. I get to watch hilarious people. I mean,
I get stuck in the TikTok
so
tunnel
cool.
all the time.
I freaking love it. I mean,
all the time.
If anything, like you said, if you are struggling, with your mental state, it is. And just, even if you're in a funk, like go to TikTok and just go laugh. Like if anything, go laugh at people. That is literally our sole purpose, is to make people laugh at us and have fun.
I love what you said, though. You guys have all said it. Like none of you, and this is important for everybody listening or watching this, that there isn't necessarily a cadence or tempo. They do it. There is one. It's called, they create consistently, but not like every day, every other day. It's just as inspiration strikes. They use it for other reasons. I love that. Some use it for personal, which is branding. Others, CC uses it for business, which is also branding. And you make it interesting.
I want to take a weird take, and none of my followers have ever heard me say this. I use TikTok selfishly. I use TikTok to tell the story that I felt my whole life no one wanted to hear. Like when I was deployed, one person sent me letters, my wife. No one sent me a letter. None of my friends, none of my coworkers at the time, none of the people that I had seen in my life as, we're close. Not a single person. And that destroyed like my self-confidence, everything. Like I've literally positioned myself in the most dangerous place on the planet for you in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody reached out. And then, when I got to the point where I didn't know what to do with my life, and I'm like, I was military. I could be a Department of Corrections officer in a snap. They're going to hire me, and I positioned myself there, and still nothing. Like I was telling the story that no one wanted to hear. And I found that 1.5 million other people wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
And so selfishly, I don't want to post if I'm not ready to post, because I feel like I'm not doing them, whatever value there is in them actually clicking my profile and pressing follow or pressing the plus button. I'm not doing them what they signed up for by giving them subpar content. Mm-hmm. So like you said, post when you're ready. There is no rhythm. It's just simply when the content's ready, the content's ready. Like I follow like people like Beer Bong John and Iron Sanctuary are two of the people I follow heavily. And I love the fact that they're real and they tell their story. I don't talk much about being a realtor, but I've gotten 78 referrals because of it. So, and I know I have a fully different perspective because I know people like the mortgage guy and I think Aaron G. He does they do great jobs at just being like 99.9% real estate.
Yeah.
I use TikTok really selfishly because I feel like Instagram and Facebook weren't the places to post these things. And I felt like, okay, someone actually cares about what I've done in my life.
That's the beauty of it, though. There is no, again, there's no one right or wrong way. Like, you guys are all crushing doing it your way, and it's different each way. And Zach, you mentioned that you feel like you put yourself in a box. I actually think that's a good thing. Like, to find Lana's got a box. It's mom stuff, right? It's mom and spouse content.
Sure.
Cece has a box, which is taking normally boring. Like, if Cece got in front of a camera and did talking head videos about what she's doing TikToks about, I would have stopped following ages ago. Instead, I follow because the way she's putting a different spin. And that's what I want people to take away from this. Like, that's what TikTok is so powerful about. Everybody is doing what Cece's doing in a boring way. Cece's crushing you because she's made it fun. That's the difference. And that's where, to me, that's where I think the future is of social media. That's where the future of content is for social media.
Well,
You can argue all you want, but it's the way it is.
The future is short form.
Yeah.
Whether it's written, whether it's audio like Clubhouse, or whether it's video, the future is short form.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
if you're not practicing and growing in some way to like give your value in under 60 seconds, you're going to lose. Because right now people's attention spans are like 3 seconds.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And it's
Lana.
going to keep getting lower.
Lana, you were going to say something?
I want to share about another small box I discovered, which was important to bring up, right? And you heard me speak about it multiple times, but it was just kind of self-discovered. I ultimately looked up hashtags with Colorado name on it, and Colorado check came up quite some time. So I discovered this hashtag and I started practicing with it. And some of my viral videos went with the Colorado check, right? So Colorado check, and then it's that nice little tune in the back, and you do the video of the local, I don't know, local park, Garden of the Gods, or one of my most viral videos, I was at the Gaylord Hotel. It's a nice hotel in Denver, and it took off, and it was over 100, maybe 200,000 views. And what it does for me, because I always do Colorado check, Colorado Springs, because I'm in Colorado Springs, and I'm do Colorado mom, Colorado realtor, it helps me to connect with the local audience. Because when you say Colorado check, I'm checking myself in, and people are in comments responding, oh, hi, I'm from Springs, I'm in Denver. And Jeff, you saw how it looks like when I show you guys. So it works. Try to do a check, whatever you are, like Florida check in your market. And you'll be surprised if you really want to start target audience with your TikTok post. It works.
I love that. I love that. So let's wrap up here, guys. I want to give everybody a chance to give some parting thoughts. Cece, I'll start with you. What would you like to share with our audience to finish this guy off?
Just to mimic what we've all said is, don't take social media as something that needs to be a stressor or a burden and, oh my God, I have to do this. Nope, you don't have to do anything. You're not going to be left out. Run to your passion. We're all here because this speaks to us, and it's 30 seconds in short form. And we have found a way to, authentically embrace it and use it in a way that benefits. And it all speaks true to us and where we are in our personality. So if you feel like it's a good fit, then go there and go all in. Otherwise, if you feel that Instagram is where it is, because I've seen a lot of people who are very, very influential on Instagram and not crack Instagram or not crack TikTok. It's very different. So one can help fuel the other. I think TikTok helps fuel Instagram and not the other way. Just like Clubhouse, I said the word, is fueling it as well. So you just go with your vibe, and if you're going to do it, go all in and no pressure.
Love it. Zach.
Well, my last point is, Jeff, you switched your view. I like the view of the World Series picture. So
Thanks,
if you can involve that in your view, I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
My last point is, I have prided myself and grown myself off of being the dumbest person in the room. So if you're watching this podcast and you're learning something, awesome. Continue to position yourself in a place where you're always learning. Clubhouse is a great place for that. Instagram, YouTube, Vimeo. There's always a place to learn. I learn every day from TikTok. Even as of right now, their biggest creators are getting lower and lower and lower views. I'm learning. Am I happy about it? Not a ton, but I'm learning. And just TikTok and Clubhouse are great examples of jump on the new thing and go all in. And at the end of the day, if it falls flat on its face, you can say, I tried. But if it goes big, like when I joined, early 2018, I'm like, it's working out. So, I would just say when that next thing pops around, don't dog it. Like Mr. Ed Sirach, who's hosting a Clubhouse with me this week because I guilted him into it.
Stulock, you talking about?
Yeah, he's hosting a Clubhouse with me.
Good.
TikTok realtors. So, but yeah, just jump in. Least you can say is I tried.
Love it. Lana.
So ultimately, don't be afraid to try. You don't have to get super viral like Zach, or you don't have to do the silly dances and fun dances like Cece, and you don't have to do mom humor like myself. But don't forget that the TikTok videos can be used for repurpose. When I started, when my Facebook was completely shut, number one thing what I started doing, I started downloading these cute little funny what I thought videos on my phone and sending it to my clients, sending it to my friends, because it was just the only way to connect. It's super user-friendly. Like, people who are watching it, you need to be part of the video school, number one, and tune into all our other webinars. But if you are, just trying to do some videos, TikTok editing tool is the simplest. Like, it's so user-friendly, anyone can do it, right? So just start practicing that. Start doing your videos in drafts before you post them. You don't have to be super perfect. Start practicing in drafts. And then when you're ready, just start posting one by one, right? And see what happens. Don't be too hard on yourself. And another thing, what I absolutely love about TikTok is learning. For example, any tutorial, I just look up the hashtag, and that's how I learn. I'm a visual learner. So instead of going on Facebook or Google or on Instagram, I just go on TikTok. And trust me, I learned anywhere from how to tolerate Brazilian waxing to how to make cheese tortillas for my keto meal, okay? And it's so fun. It's super easy. And then you can save it. Sorry, guys. It's true.
I love the authenticity. It's just nothing I've ever wanted to learn. So good for you.
Sorry, Zach, but it's true, real shit, And anywhere, and then I can share it with my team. I can share it with my TikTok friends, and just keep momentum going. And I'm gonna top it off with that. Me and my daughter, every time I go to put her to bed, we watch TikTok for 10 minutes. Like, she's into TikTok. She's only 5, but it's our little mom and bonding time. So
that's awesome. That's phenomenal ending. So she ended with she had to ease us out of the Brazilian wax thought, because that just infiltrated my brain. And
sorry.
I love it.
Authenticity to the max.
I love it. Here's the deal, folks. It is a great place to go, not just for your brand, not just for you to kind of get out of your comfort zone, but it's a great place. Just, again, family. There's so many uses for it, to just to get yourself out of a funk, to go find a laugh. TikTok is a phenomenal place to be. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it's going to continue to be a major player. And I still say it. I think people should embrace it. If nothing else, embrace it, because everybody's copying it. So Instagram's going to continue to build up reels to copy TikTok. YouTube is starting to copy. And so it's just going to take you that much longer to learn something new in a platform that you might like better. And so if nothing else, go learn it for the tool that it is. And it'll just make you a better content creator. And that's kind of the name of the game. That's why you're on this Facebook page, is because you want to up your social game. So thank you guys so much. Cece, Zach, Lana, Tristan, maybe you'll see the end of this, maybe not. Thank you for being on today. This has been awesome. We will definitely do this again. You guys have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, guys.